Okay, yeah. Okay, let's start the session. If the people are joining means okay, let them join. But we'll start the session. Okay. So welcome you all for joining this workshop on API testing. Okay, so first we will discuss about whatever we are covering, in the API testing course. Okay, so how we are starting, from where we are starting, and for whom and all this course is useful. So all these things we will discuss for today. Okay, so when it comes to the API testing, so first we will discuss what are the concepts we are going to cover. Then we will jump into the some basic details about the APIs and API testing. And being a test engineer, how we need to understand APIs before going to test the services. Okay. Okay. So first thing is, for whom this course is for. This course is for, even if you are a fresher, yes, you can join this course. And even if you are working in a manual testing and you want to jump into the API testing, whether it is a manual API testing or it may be a automation API testing. Okay, because we are covering both here. Okay, in this course we are covering both manual approach of API testing and automation approach of API testing. Okay, I will tell you why we are divided into manual and automation, and why we are covering both in the same course. Okay, so if you are a manual test engineer, maybe you have a requirement to perform a API testing in your project, or if you want to jump into the API testing work. Okay, so this course is for you. And if even if you are a fresher, yes, you can join this course, because we are starting from the very basic level. Okay, 1 second. We are taking you guys from the very scratch, means very basic concepts, and reaching till the framework implementation. Okay, first will be covered or very basic concepts in the API testing part. And then after covering all the basics, then we will be slowly start executing the services. Then we will be going till the framework implementation. Then maybe if you are working in a already you're working in automation, but maybe you are into a UI part, means front end automation, so you want to jump into the back end automation. Okay, yes, this is courses for you. So basically we are starting from the scratch, and we are jumping into the advanced concepts. Okay, and maybe some of you all know the very basic concepts, you may feel bored initial around week. Okay, but we have to take everyone on the same page, because in the course, when we start the course, all the people who are working in a manual testing and they want to jump into the backend testing or the automation part, they will also be in the course. And maybe the people who are jumping from non IT to IT, they will also be in the course. And the people who are very freshers, okay, they're starting their career now, so they will also be in the course. For everyone, we have to take on the same page. So that's the reason we are starting from very basic concepts. Some of you guys who are know all those concepts may feel that this is very basic level. Okay, but we have to understand, we have to consider each and every candidates. So we have to take we have to start the course. Okay, so we are starting from the very basic concepts and jumping towards the framework implementation. Framework implementation is nothing but a project. Okay, we are creating one project finally after understanding all the concepts in the API testing. Okay, so now so what is manual approach and what is automation approach, what tool we are going to use, and what technology we are using here. Okay, so to cover the manual part, we are using a postman. Okay, so we are using a postman tool, it's a tool. Okay, so we are using a postman tool. Not only postman is available, many other tools is also available. Since the postman is booming, so we are also using a postman. Okay, so we are also using a postman to learn the API testing. Okay, so using a postman, how we can test the RESTful services. Okay, so first we need to understand, before testing and all, first we need to understand this tool. Correct. So first we are going to understand how this tool is working and how we need to perform the testing of the services. Okay, so that we are going to cover. But before this, before jumping into the understanding of this postman tool and executing our test scripts against the services, before that we need to understand first what is API. Okay, whenever developers are sending us the API, nothing but your URL. So what are the parameter that URL contains? Okay, I will just take a dummy API now and tell me what are the what are the parameter that contains. Okay, see this is one API. Just give a try. Okay, it's not compulsory that you have to answer. Just give a try. Okay. Hmm. Anybody have an idea what are the parameter it contains in this URL? If it's wrong also no problem because we're not started anything yet, right? I'm just asking you guys. You can make use of a chat. If you can't unmute yourself and speak, no problem. You can make use of a chat. Hmm. What are the parameter it contains? Okay. Is this weekend batch weekdays batch? It's a weekdays batch, guys, not a weekend. I won't take us classes on weekends. It's a weekdays batch only. Hmm. Okay. Quick. If it is wrong also, no problem. Okay. Just give a try. What are the parameters it contains here? Protocol name of the API. Okay. Yeah, Saurabh. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for answering. Any other try? Hmm. Any other try? Anyone wants to answer? Okay. No problem. Okay. Hmm. Okay. See, so this is nothing but one API. Okay. So when developers are giving us the API, before testing this API, we need to understand what are the parameter it contains. So what this parameter, what if this slash booking is not there in the URL? What if restful booker.heroku.app.com is not there in the URL? What if this HTTPS is not there in the URL? What is the importance of each and every parameter? Whenever developers are giving this API, how we need to understand on the URL. So how we need to analyze this? I mean to say how we need to consider what are the parameters are available. So what approach we need to use in order to test this. Okay. So if we know the each and every parameter here in the URL, and if we know the each and every parameter importance, okay, so then we can also perform a thorough testing on the service. Correct. When we have a complete knowledge on this URL, like what parameter it contains, and what if this slash booking is not there? What if this HTTPS is not there? This is kind of a negative testing you can perform, right? So when you have a complete information on the URL, you can perform a thorough testing on the service. Okay. So how to know, how to perform the thorough testing then? So we should have a complete info on this URL. What are all the mandatory parameter? What are all the optional parameter? So what if this HTTPS is not there? What if the slash booking is not there? Okay. So like this, we should have a complete idea. So how to get that complete idea? We'll be learning. Okay. So before starting this postman tool understanding, before starting this testing of a URL of a services, so we are going to understand all these basics. So we are starting with the what is URL. Okay. So what is URL? What does URL mean? Why the URL is required? And in the URL, what are the different parameter contains? For example, we will be having a protocol. Okay, what is this protocol? Okay, what happens if protocol is not there? Okay, so how many types of protocols is available? What are the different types of protocol that is supportable in the browser? Okay, then after that, what is domain name? What is domain name? What happens if domain name itself is not there? Okay, so what is domain name? What happens if domain name itself is not there? Okay, then what is endpoint? What is endpoint? Okay, so what is the importance of endpoint? Why we need a endpoint here? Okay, then what is port number? What is port number? What is path parameter? What is query parameter? Okay, so this is a very basic information. Okay, we are starting from this. Okay, so after covering this, we are learning something about HTTP methods. Okay, HTTP methods. So we are learning something about the HTTP methods. Okay, so what is this HTTP methods? How many methods are available? How these methods are useful? Okay, if I want to show you an example, see this is a HTTP methods. Okay, get, post, put, patch, delete, add, option, so on. Okay, but for us, this is what required. Okay, so this is a like main CRUD operation method. So get, post, put, patch, delete. Okay, like nothing but business operation methods. Okay, so these methods are very much important. So how the service will behave if we are using a get method? How the service will behave if we are using a post method? How the service will behave if we are using a put method and patch method? How it will behave with respect to the delete method? So basically learning completely about the HTTP method. Okay. After learning this HTTP method, something we have to learn like a status code. See, now I have received the 404 status code. Okay, like this, we have list of status codes. Okay, so we have a list of status codes. We have to learn about the status codes because in API testing, the execution will be decided by looking into the all this response result. Status code plays a major role when we are executing the service. Okay, if we are receiving a 200 series, which means that this is successfully executed. Okay, if it is something related to 400 series, somewhere we are doing a mistake from the client side. Okay, so this is a very important for the interview as well. And if it is with respect to the 500 series, means the server itself is throwing some issue. Okay, so like this we have a different status codes. So we need to understand the meaning of the each and every status code, so that we can understand how the service is behaving for our request. Okay, so we are sending the request to the server and the server has to respond back. For example, I'm asking you that, okay, tell me what are all the parameter it contains. This is a request I'm doing for you guys. Okay, as part of the request, server has responded for me, right? That is the response. Okay, so based upon the status code, we can decide how the response that we are receiving from the server. Okay, based upon the status code also we can decide that if it is coming 404 means somewhere we are doing mistake from client side only. While sending the, for example, I have asked you guys this one, okay, tell me what are all the parameter it contains. While I'm asking, if I'm not framing the question properly, you are not able to understand that and you are not able to respond back me, right? So that is what happening now here. Okay, so it is not able to understand, not phone whatever we are requesting, that is not exist. Okay, that we are requesting. Okay, so that is not able to provide the response back for us. So how we are considering that server is responding in this way? By looking into the status code, we are understanding that. So knowing about the status code is very much important. Okay, then we are learning something called as JSON language. I will tell you why JSON language is required in API testing. Okay, JSON, we are learning completely about the JSON, like completely about the JSON in the sense, what is JSON, what is the importance of JSON, why we are using JSON. In in the market we also have HTML, XML, so on other languages, but why we are going with the JSON? That is one question. Okay, so that we will be learning here. In this again, how to create a JSON object, how to create a JSON array, how to access the JSON data, how to perform the validation, how to put a validation on the JSON data, all those things, and how to create a complex data in the JSON, how to create a nested JSON, nested data in the JSON. Okay, so completely about the JSON language we will be learning. What is the syntax that it is following? Okay, so everything about the JSON language completely will be learning here. But why we are learning, I will tell you later. Okay, so after covering HTTP method, status code, and JSON language, and knowing about the URL parameters, okay, we are now at least got some code to execute the services. Okay, then we are jumping into the understanding of the Postman tool. Okay, so then we will be jumping towards the understanding of the Postman tool. Okay, so here understanding of the Postman tool in the sense, if this is a Postman tool, it has many functionalities here. It has collection, environment, mock server, history, and something here, document here, commands here, code, so on. Okay, so it contains multiple options and functionalities inside this tool. Okay, how to make use of all this functionality, what are the advantage of this, each and every functionality, and how we need to execute the services in the Postman, how we need to take the response from the server, how we need to store the response, whatever the response we are receiving from the server, and how to integrate this Postman with the other external tools like a Jenkins, GitHub. Okay, so all those things will be learning. And when it comes to the Postman, learning about each and every parameter here as well. What is authorization? What are the different types of authorization is available? We'll be executing each and every type of authorization. And knowing about the headers, importance of the headers, and what are the information it contains in the header. Knowing about the body, and in the body we have a different types of execution. Okay, so how can we use this different types of execution we'll be seeing. And something called as a pre-request script and test. Okay, so this is where we will be writing the scripts, how to write the scripts in order to execute the services and in order to validate the services. Okay, so completely we'll be learning, and how to maintain a different environments. Okay, why this environment is required, why this environment functionality is required, and how to maintain the different environments, and what is the importance of collection, and how to make use of this collection. Okay, and mock server. So mock server, how to make use of a mock server, when to make use of, what is the advantage of this. Okay, and many more concepts will be covered here. Okay, and how to integrate this Postman with the Jenkins and GitHub, and how can we execute the whatever the scripts we will be writing in the Postman in the command prompt using Newman. Okay, so how can we do all those tasks will be performed, and covering some other tasks like performing a you know um, chaining concept. Okay, performing all the CRUD operation, all these things will be covered in the Postman. So basically in the Postman all the scenarios will be covered first. Okay, so once you getting some hold on the Postman, okay, once you are thorough with the API, and how can we execute this API, and how can we understand this API by looking into the documents, then once we are getting some hands-on experience in this, Then we'll be jumping towards the automation part. Okay, in automation we'll be using a rest assured. Okay, we'll be using a rest assured library in order to work with the automation. Okay, so we are using a rest assured library in order to work with the automation approach of API testing. Okay, this is in a Java library. So by using the methods and interfaces which is available in this library, we will be running our script. Same like if you are working in a Selenium front-end testing. So how you use Selenium? By using a dependency of the Selenium, we will be taking a use of it, right? In a similar way, here also we follow the same. Okay, by making use of a dependency of the library, and we will be calling the classes and methods and interfaces which is available, and we'll be using that. Okay, so here also same thing. We'll be performing all the tasks like CRUD operation, and how to perform a CRUD operation. Okay, see, CRUD operation is a main operation. I mean to say, this is a business operation. Like if you take any of the application, you will be performing a creation, updation, deletion, and read activity, right? Means read operation of a data will be doing. So that is nothing but CRUD operation. This we can say as a business operation. So can we perform a CRUD operation using a rest assured, and how to perform a validation on request and response. Okay, how to perform the validation on the request and response. Okay, so how to perform the validation and request and the response, and how to log the information here, logging concept. Okay, and something called as an JSON schema, and making use of other library like a hamcrest to perform the validation, and working with different post operation, different post operation. Okay, means different operation, post operation, in the sense we will be having a multiple ways to send our request to the server. We can send through the file format, we can send the raw information, we can send some URL encoded format. Okay, how can we make use, how can we send that in a different format will be working here. Okay, and then working with the complex data, working with the nested data, and validation, complex data, working with the complex data and validation, and working with the nested data and validation, and validation. Okay, and JSON schema is done. So many more concepts will be covered in this. Okay, and performing integrating other tools like, so I'm not going to write all the concepts here, because anyhow you will be receiving concepts, link through the, I mean to say, they will be going to send a content link in the mail. Okay, go through that. All the concepts will be specified in that. Okay, if I keep on writing this, means it will take much time. And finally covering all the concepts which is required in the, which is specified in the official document of the rest assured. Okay, so what are the concepts? Something we have like a logging concept, we have a JSON schema concept, we have a hamcrest library usage, we have different ways of performing a post operation, we have different ways of performing the validation, we can also perform a we can also handle the complex data. How can we handle the complex data in the rest assured, and how can we handle the nested data also in the rest assured, and how can we retrieve those data, and how can we perform the validation on those data, but it is also be covered. Okay, so basically each and every information which is specified in the official document of the rest assured will be covered. Okay, so you can go through the content link. Okay, in that everything will be specified. So it's a huge, okay, I can't sit and write everything here. So you can go through that and you will get to know the what are the concepts will be covered. Okay, so after covering all these concepts and many more are there, just go through that. After covering this, we'll be learning how can we perform an integration with the same GitHub. Okay, how can we perform the integration with the GitHub and Jenkins? How can we perform the uh, integration with the Jenkins? Okay, so we can perform these tool integration using a rest assured concept will be working here. Okay, so this integration will be including along with the project. Okay, so here let's take a framework. Okay, so first, after covering all the concepts here, okay, after covering all the concepts here, then by knowing all this concept we'll be start implementing the framework. Okay, we'll start implementing the framework here. Let's make use of a BDD framework. Since it is booming, so we'll be including the BDD framework. Okay, so BDD framework will be included in this. So along with this BDD framework, we'll be integrating this with the GitHub and Jenkins. Okay, so execution has to happen not in the local. Execution has to happens in the Jenkins. Execution has to do in the Jenkins. Okay, and after the execution, we need to generate the report in the Jenkins. Okay, reporting will also be included. So let's integrate a Halio framework for the reporting. Okay, Halio reporting will include, will integrate this Halio framework for the reporting purpose. Okay, so that also will be keeping in the Jenkins. Okay, so this is the complete course detail. I have any question here? See, in the rest assured part, I have just specified the just few concepts. Okay, if you open the rest assured official document, so mainly what are all the concepts they are specified, everything will be included. Anyhow, you will go through the concepts link, right? So they will send you the course information. In that, they will be specified the course content as well. Go through that. Okay. So this is the complete detail about the course. Okay. Do you have any question here?
Is there any programming language needed for this course?
Uh, do you have okay? Yes, yes, yeah. So yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Okay, so here we'll be learning the postman approach, right? And before jumping into the automation approach, here we'll be learning a Java. So not learning, I just give a just overview on the Java concept. Okay, so while learning the postman approach, just you will get some time, right? So in that time, just you have to go through the whole Java concept. Okay, not an advanced Java is not required. Just if you have a core Java concept, that is fine. Like what is data type, what is variable, what is uh, like operations, different operation that we can perform in the Java. What is access modifier? What are the different types of access modifier are available? How the method will behave with a private keyword, with a public keyword, with a protected keyword, with a default keyword. How class will behave with the public, with the private, with the protected. Okay, all these basics. Then after that, hoops concept. Okay, so hoops concept is very much important. So learning about the hoops concept, then a little bit knowledge on the collection and exception handling and interface. Okay, so if you know this much, that is more than enough for this. Okay, so not like advanced Java is not required, just a core Java is required. So knowing about these concepts is useful. So I will just spend a 2 days or a 1 day time to just groom you or to give a brush up on the topics of the Java and test engine. Okay, I am not specified here, so I will just take a 2 to 3 days of time to go through the just give a brush up on the Java and test engine concept. Okay, test engine will also be executing here. Okay, I will just take some time here to go through these concepts. Okay, but the thing is, when we are learning the postman, you guys have to go through the Java concept, so that it will be easy when I'm taking a kind of overview class here. Okay, Java and test engine, I will be just taking a 2 to 3 days of time to cover those things. Okay. Mm, okay.
Yeah, hi ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, ma'am. After learning this much of research content, so can you put 1 year of experience in research, ma'am?
You can happily put it, not a issue. Not
So we
only
can.
1 year, you can also keep some more years, but yes, yeah, you can keep without any doubt, you can keep.
And
Yeah,
whatever projects we will do over here, ma'am. We can put that in our resume also.
yes, you can put, yeah, you can put Prish. We will work with Cucumber or TestNG. No, Cucumber framework we will be working, will be also making use of a TestNG framework here in order to write our test scripts. Okay, but the framework will be in the Cucumber approach only. In automation, the API which developer will provide, we need to write test for those API using code. Uh, aha, like yes. See, if you are using a Postman, you no need to write a code here. Okay, everything will be handled by the tool, and you need to write some script here. Okay, in order to perform the validation and in order to handle our test scripts dynamically, we need to write some scripts here. But if we are making use of a rest assured, yes, we need to write some code. Okay, in order to create a test scripts, we need to write some code in that case. Okay. Okay, so now what do you guys think of it? I mean, what is API? Let's discuss something about API now. What is API?
Application programming interface.
Okay, application programming interface. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So how it is happening in real time? Is there any example for this API in day to day life?
Yeah, ma'am. As we go in a restaurant, ma'am, we order something. So from uh, means waiter takes that order to us. So this is connectivity between. So we can say that it's work like API.
Okay. Have you guys ever used Hola and Uber cabs? Have you guys used? Have you guys used ever? Obviously, everyone will be used, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, do you think are we using any APIs in that? In Hola, Uber, and in your Flipkart application, in your Amazon application, your so on application.
Yes,
Means
for payment related activities.
okay, okay, yeah,
Google Map. Google Map.
okay, huh, yes, okay, yes, okay. So, guys, if you can observe in the real time, okay, so each and every application is based on the APIs only. Okay, for example, Ola, Uber. Okay, so in this application, what's happening when you click on searching some address? Okay, when you click on searching some address like a destination or your current address, don't you think immediately from that address searching bar, it will redirect to the Google Map. Okay, so how it's happening? If you think it, Google Map is also on another application. Okay, Google Maps is also on another application, and from your Ola or your Uber, whenever you click on that search bar, immediately that will connect to the Google application. How it's happening? From this application, Uber or Ola, they are consuming, they are integrating with the Google Map API. So they are able to get the Google address. See, Google Maps task is that only, updating all the addresses in this application and keeping it ready. See, the Google Map is designed in such a way that to handle all the addresses. So my Ola and Uber also want address information in order to give facilitate booking services for the customers. So from where they have to capture no. So these people don't have a time to build again capturing of address application. Already one application is available now, that is Google Map. So just using that application, anyhow that Google Map application task is that only maintaining the addresses and all. Okay, so why Uber and Ola has to spend some time again in order to capture the addresses which is available in the city? That is simply waste of time and waste of effort also, right? Because already one application is here. I mean to say, for example, let's take a general example. Okay, what I can take. What I can take. Yeah, for example, we are preparing some, some dishes. Okay, so already someone is prepared some sambar. So consuming, taking from them is easy, or again sitting and preparing from scratch is easy. Like this is just already is available means we can just take it and we can consume it, right? And we don't need to spend again time and effort in order to prepare from the scratch. Okay, in similar way, already Google Map is available. Why to put effort and why to waste our time in that? Again, capturing address and all, and preparing those information in our application. Just consuming a Google Map information, it will does this task, right? So what we are doing here in Uber and in Ola, from the Google Map, we are consuming the APIs. So those APIs is responsible to provide the information of addresses from the Google Map. Okay, so this is where APIs are integrating or interfacing between Uber and Ola to Google Map API. So this is where application programming interface comes into the picture. Okay, so this is one example. And one more example. Okay, if you take your Flipkart, Amazon, okay, let me show that. So this is your Flipkart. Okay, this is one application. So what happens in this application? You purchase. You purchase your so on. Okay, you purchase your items, and whenever you click on the buy now, okay, whenever you click on the buy now, so what happens, it will immediately redirect you to the redirect you to the payment application. Means you can pay through the phone pay, you can pay through the Google Pay, you can pay through the Paytm, so on. It will provide you different options for you. Okay, so don't you think, see if you can see here, hmm, phone pay. Okay, this phone pay is also an application. It is also having its own, see here, application here, website. Okay, this software company phone pay, and this is its website. The phone pay is also having its own website, see. And this Google Pay is also having its own application. Okay, see, it is also having its own application here. Okay, and this Paytm is also having its own application. So these are all having its own application. Okay, so how this application is, is coming in this Flipkart, Amazon, so on, e-commerce application. How, this, whenever we click on a pay with Paytm, how from the Flipkart it is redirecting to the Paytm, and the, transaction is happening, and responding back to the Flipkart saying yes, order is completed, purchased, something it will come, right? Order is placed, your order is placed, and payment is done, something information it will come. So what happens, guys? See, this Flipkart, Amazon, and other e-commerce application, so on, each and every application will be integrated with the phone pay. Means integrated in the sense, this people, okay, phone pay, this Flipkart, Amazon, all these people are using phone pay APIs here. They're consuming, they're calling the phone pay API. When it is reached to the payment page, okay, so they are calling a phone pay API. They're calling a Google Pay API. They're calling a Paytm API, and so on. They are using the payment gateway. These are all payment gateways. Okay, so when they're calling this phone pay, so when we click on a buy, it will provide us the multiple option. When it's provided, when we click on the okay, let me pay through the phone pay, what happens? Through the API from the Flipkart to the phone pay, the information will pass. Like, how much amount it has to process here. So the transaction will happen in the phone pay, and as part of the request we have sent the, as part of the request from this application to this application, we have sent the request, and we have sent the all the information. As part of the response, what this phone pay has to do, it has to proceed the transaction, it has to pay that whatever the amount we are requesting, and it has to respond back saying yeah, transaction is completed. That message, it will be shown in the phone, Flipkart window. So this is how it happens. You have observed, right? Whenever we are, performing a transaction, it will tell you, payment is in process, don't click back, something it will show you the message, right? The, payment is in process, please don't click back button. Okay, why? Because there is the, transaction is happening, the information has went through the service, and here in the phone pay transaction is happening. In the middle, we should not interrupt the service. Okay, after the successful transaction, it is phone pay is giving back the response. What is the response? Yes, payment is done successfully. You can inform to your customer. In the, Flipkart UI, it will show you that yes, place, your order has been placed and payment is done, like that it will show you. Okay, so like this, if you start observing, each and every application is in, integrated with the APIs in nowadays. If you take any of example, you take just, your Swiggy, there also integrated Google API. Not only one API will be integrated in application, many APIs will be integrated. If you take a Swiggy, there you have integrated Google Map also, there you have integrated this, payment gateway APIs also, right? So all this will be integrated there. Okay, so like, nowadays each and every application is dependent on the API. So that's the reason knowing about the API, and knowing about the API development, knowing about the API testing is very booming in the market nowadays, because each and every application is using the APIs for each and every task. Almost all the application is based on the APIs only. Okay. So that's the reason nowadays each and every organization expect the candidate to have a knowledge on the APIs and backend testing. Okay. So this is like a general information about the API. Then how the things are working in the Make My Trip. Okay, for example, Make My Trip is there, this application is there, and I'm opening the Make My Trip, and I will provide the just information like a Bangalore to Hyderabad, and okay, I'm selecting a tomorrow state, I'm searching here. Okay, it is giving me this list of air services information, airlines information. Okay, what do you guys think? How which APIs are used here? Where we are calling the API here? Are we
For
calling it?
airlines website like Indigo, Go, and all
Mm-hmm.
the airlines.
All the
Uh-huh.
airlines APIs.
Yeah. Okay. See, the first thing is we are using a map API here. Okay, because we are searching the addresses here and we are keeping it right. This is one thing. Then here, see, AirAsia is also on airline services. It is also maintaining its own website. We can also go AirAsia and we can book our ticket. No issues in that. There also this flight information will be available. And here also, hey, Alliance, yeah, this is also one more airline services. Indigo is also one more airline services, and so on. Okay, so Vistara is there, Air India is there. Each and every airline services maintains their own application. We can also go directly to their application and we can book a ticket. But also in the Make My Trip also, this information is available. How it is happening? How AirAsia is a separate application. Okay, so how that website application, that company information, the flights information, how it is available in the Make My Trip? That is the question, because this Make My Trip people are consuming AirAsia website application APIs, so that what are all the flight information, not all the information they will pass. Okay, AirAsia, not all the information they will pass, they just they're consuming a flights API information here. Because see, they can't pass all the information about the AirAsia website, right? Okay, you want my flight information, okay, I will just pass it to you. Let's they're also they're doing the business there. Okay, they're giving information, maybe they are performing some business over there. Okay, so here they're just consuming the flight information. So what they will do here, so they are consuming the AirAsia flight information, so they are keeping in their website, they're consuming the APIs here. So from AirAsia, what are all the flights are available, everything will also be displayed in the Make My Trip. Okay, in Alliance Air also, what are the flights is available, that will be displayed in the Make My Trip. Indigo also same, they're consuming each and every airlines information, they're keeping it here. Okay, so this is how one application information will be available in the other application, they're simply consuming the APIs here. Okay, and after that maybe you are selecting that flight and you're going towards a booking. Okay, there also you will get a payment page. In the payment page again this comes into the picture: pay through the phone pay through the Google Pay, Paytm, your bank information, credit card or debit card, so on. There again the particular application APIs will be used. Okay, so like that. Okay, so this is where, guys, if you open from now onwards, whenever you open any of the application, just observe how things are happening, wherever you're calling the APIs, how it is working in the background. All these things you have to say. No, today is a Sunday, maybe you're traveling somewhere. Okay, you're opening your phone pay, and you are trying to book some ticket like a train, bus, or anything it may be. So if whenever you are booking a train, or whenever you're booking the bus, they also maintain their own application, and that information is available in the phone pay. This phone pay people are consuming that particular APIs in order to take that information in their website. Okay, so each and every application is based on the API. From now onwards, you start analyzing that, you start thinking of it. Whenever you open any of the application, just observe very well they have used the APIs and how they are using it. Okay, so you will come to know that okay, these many days we'll be using all these things, and this is how in the background it is working, but we have just used it, right? But if you can think it technically, everything are based on the APIs we are receiving the information. Okay, so this is just like a general example how it is useful. Like okay, so now based upon our applications in a real time, we will also be like this. In real time also, this is how it goes. Maybe we will be having an application, we will be providing our services. For example, see here, this AirAsia people. Okay, consider this AirAsia is our project. So we are giving services to the Make My Trip on phone pay, right? Means we are providing our services to them. So we have to make sure, like from our end, like what services we are passing to the phone pay, and how we are passing. Okay, and how what are the validation we need to perform from our end on the services that we are passing to them. Okay, how we are passing the information about the each and every flight for them, and how much of all other information, what are the required information we need to maintain. So how we are passing to them, and how much we are getting back the response from them whenever we are giving the service to them. So on like this. Okay, so like this will be working in the real time as well. We will also be providing the services to different third parties. Okay, they will consuming our APIs, and we need to maintain those, and we need to perform the validation on those things. Okay, many more scenarios will come in real time as well in this way. Okay, understanding the basic concepts on it, right? Understanding or getting confused?
Getting it, ma'am.
Okay. Cucumber means using Gherkin language, yes. Request to show clips of the project done before in the Cucumber testing of API. Yeah, sure. We'll be, starting this one, right? I mean to say, demo sessions. Okay. So since we have a festival tomorrow and day after tomorrow, they're not starting immediately demo sessions. Okay. Usually after the workshop, we will be starting with the demo sessions, means like a continuous, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like that. Since we have a festival tomorrow and day after tomorrow, the demo sessions will be from Monday, sorry, from Wednesday. Okay, so from Wednesday to till Friday, demo sessions will be there. From coming Monday, means next to Monday. Okay, so like Wednesday means 21st, 22 is the demo sessions. Then after that, from coming that Monday, from Monday means from second, it will be a actual session. Okay, so actual sessions will be starting from the 2nd of October. That is also the holiday, but we'll start, no problem. Okay.
Hi, ma'am. This is Saikat here.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, just want to ask one thing that I just missed today's initial demo. So the in this week there will be two another demo sessions, and from the next Monday, next Monday means 2nd October, there will be fresh class starting, right?
Yes, yeah. Correct.
Yeah, and one more thing is that I am currently working on the Selenium with Java, so I know the Java OOPS concept and collection API. So whatever is required for Selenium testing, yeah, UI
Okay.
testing. So how much is the Java required for API testing?
Yeah, that is fine, Saidat. Already you're working in a Selenium, right? So, much ever Java, that is more than enough for this API testing as well. Okay.
Okay. And one another question is that I'm just wondering here, what is the difference between the rest and soap? Is this
Mm-hmm. So no, soap is different. Like soap way of testing is different, and this RESTful services way of testing is different. In that we use a XML. Usually when we are testing the soap testing, we use the XML. But here we are not using the XML. We are using a JSON language here.
okay? Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Recording. We will get a recording sessions also part of this course. Yes, yes, yeah. Recording will be there. Everyday sessions recording will be there. Okay. So what they will do once after actual classes will start, right? So they will create a, Google Drive link. Okay. So after creating a Google Drive link, they will record the everyday sessions and they will upload it in the drive. Okay, you can access that videos. Maybe they will give you some time period like a 6 month from the course starts, right? From that to 6 month or 1 year. I'm not sure about it. The management will give a idea about it. The recordings will be available. Okay, but everyday sessions will be recorded, and I will also be providing some like documents for you to refer. Okay. Demos will be, yeah, that's what 20th demo will be start. 20th will be the demo, first demo. 21st 22 till the 22 the demo sessions will be there, and after that 25th. Okay, 20, 22, 22 is the demo. Yeah, I'm very sorry. Or 20 is the okay. See, 20, 21, 22 is the demo sessions. Then 25th is there, right? I'm sorry. I thought here 27, 28, 29. Okay. Yeah, from 25th only they will be starting. Okay, 25th will be actual session. Okay. Hmm. Anything else, guys?
And ma'am, one thing, another thing that initially the manual testing will be covered, then automation will be done, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So initially we'll be starting with the Postman tool,
Okay.
then automation will be covered.
Okay. And in automation framework building and everything will be shown.
Huh, yes, yes, yeah. In automation framework implementation is there, and just will be integrating with these tools, GitHub and Jenkins.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And ma'am, you will also helping us with interview questions and all for
Huh, yes, sister. That I will take it. Okay. I will be, passing all the interview questions, and also we already completed many batches, right? So usually what have told the previous batch student is that whenever they are going to attend the interviews, they will be passing the interviews questions in the group. Okay. I will just collect those and I will also pass it to you guys. Okay. This is how we are following since a year. Okay. So all the interview questions and some documents from my end I will pass. Recordings will be taken care by the management. Okay, they will record the session every day and they will upload it in that drive. Even if you are not able to attend the sessions for some reason of any day, if you want to go through that later, if you want to watch the videos, if you are busy in some of other work, and if you want to continue with the videos also, you can do that, because each and every day sessions will be uploaded in the drive. Okay.
okay.
And ma'am, what is the timing?
Timing will be 8 to 9, I guess, guys. 8 to 9 they are keeping.
8 to 9 in the morning. Okay.
Haha, in the morning.
And the duration is.
Duration is 45 days.
Okay. And this
Okay.
yeah, and this entirely for online or the online offline.
Yes, yes, yeah. I'm not in Hyderabad. I'm an online trainer only. So it's complete online training
Okay.
only.
Thank you.
Okay. Mm, Postman will be covered in details. Yes, yes, yeah. Postman will be covered in details. Yes. Okay. Sure, sure, Anthony. Thank
Ma'am,
you.
and after completion of the course,
After completion of the course,
ma'am, if you are facing some doubt or if we want to reach you, we can reach you now.
Like we'll be having a group, right? In that we
Yeah.
can discuss. Okay. Okay, guys. Anything else before winding up the session?
Hello, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
Pranav.
so from 9 o'clock I will be having my office. So can I get enrolled in 6 or 7 a.m. batch,
Mm. 7 a.m. batch. Okay.
or
Uh,
6 a.m.? Both
okay.
are
Okay.
good for me.
6 a.m. batch is not there now. So what I have a plan is, guys, this 7 a.m. batch will be ending in some days. Okay. So just with the by the time maybe your postman will be completed. So later on, I can make your batch to be for the 7 a.m. only, and just until this 7 a.m. batch completes, will be somehow we can adjust with like 8 to if you guys have a office means 8 to 8:45 something like that we can cover.
Okay.
Okay.
So like
Hmm.
when that batch is going to end, any approximate date?
That batch is, guys, by end of this month it will be going to
Okay,
complete.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay, ma'am.
Like that. So yeah, once that batch completes, if everyone is comfortable means we can change the timing later on.
Okay. Then if everyone is not comfortable, then I will be stuck because I have office.
Ha 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 ha.
So
Okay,
then that
okay.
so in that case, what I will do?
In that case, Pranav, yeah, we'll talk of it. We'll think of it. Okay.
Okay,
We'll see what we can do. Okay.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Anything else, guys, before winding up the session?
Ma'am, is there any other batch in upcoming months, ma'am, of yours?
Upcoming months, we have to see, guys. Like the 7 a.m. is there, right? So that alone I am handling now. After that, I'm starting with this batch only. In upcoming months, obviously, like once this batch completes again, the batch will be starting. But the timings will be these timings only, guys. I will be not available like evening time, because I will be occupied with my office work. So my office works end by 9 only. It starts from afternoon and it is ending at night. And so I can't be available evening session. So morning sessions is only I can make it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Then guys, any doubts? Any more, like you will get a link for the demo sessions. Join for the demo sessions on like Wednesday 20th will be the demo sessions. Okay. So meet you guys on the demo session. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Happy weekend. Have a happy
Same to you.
festival.
Same to you, ma'am.
Yeah.